episode of the NS9BETS presents College Football Bowl Season 2022 Extravaganza Palooza Festival.
Not as good as the last time.
No, the last one was better.
Last one was strong.
This one was forced. I'm Cody. That's Tyler. Let's get into it.
Yep. We got a lot of games to get to.
We got 8 games to get into. 2 of them are college football playoff games. Let's just get started. Our first game, I should have had it pulled up for my stats. But we have Alabama versus Kansas State. Oh, sorry. Something on my face.
We good over there?
I mean, there's something going on with my face. There's something on my face. It's like hair or something.
Alabama and Kansas State.
Yeah, Alabama, Kansas State. No previous matchups. I'm kind of surprised by that.
6.5-point favorites are Alabama.
Bama has 18 national titles. They are 44, 27, and 3 in bowl games. Kansas State, no national titles, 10 and 13 in bowl games.
Cody, everybody is playing for Bama.
Yeah, Bama's out for revenge for not being put in the playoff. I also think it's just kind of like a Nick Saban thing where he probably was like, if any of you back out of this game.
You know how many NFL coaches I know.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to give you a good draft grade, basically. Like, he's like, I will ruin the rest of your career if you don't play in this game.
So, like we kind of mentioned, Bryce Young is playing. Will Anderson is playing. I don't think there's a single opt-out for Alabama. Alabama might beat Kansas State by 40.
Yeah, I think -6.5 is an easy play here. The over-under is odd to me. I don't know if they'll hit over 56 because I don't think Kansas State will get a chance to score.
Yeah, this one could get really ugly. Like, this is going to be a real
because like I said,
start to your
like
New
I
Year's
said,
season.
it's a revenge game. They're pissed off they're not in the playoff. For sure, Saban was like, we're going to show them why we should have been in the playoff.
Which I don't think they should have, but
I don't think they should have either.
And this is not previous year's Alabama team. They're not as good as they usually are.
No, they're not, but they're still Bama.
They are, and Kansas State is not that good.
Right.
This might be a bloodbath. Alabama -6.5. This thing might get all the way up to like 9 by the time kickoff happens.
Right. And like, I mean, I hate to discredit Kansas State because they did win the Big 12. It's the biggest. That was the most exciting conference of the year. Was the Big 12. They won it in a goal line stand, basically, against TCU.
That was their moment.
That was it. Yeah, there's nothing else. This is a Sugar Bowl, by the way. I don't think we mentioned that.
This one gets ugly pretty quickly. Bama rolls.
Yeah, Bama's going to win by at least 15, 17.
Yeah, Bama's going to roll here.
All right, let's move on.
We're on the same side there.
Yeah, let's move on.
What do we got?
Next game, we got the Music City Bowl. We got Iowa versus Kentucky. Previous matchups. Kentucky has the only win in this series. They've only met once. Do you want to guess when?
Who'd you say, Iowa and Kentucky?
Yes.
Don't
overthink it. Don't overthink it.
2002.
2022. Kentucky won 20-17.
When the hell did they play in 2022?
Beats me. Anyway, Iowa has 5 national titles while Kentucky has 1.
Cody, when the hell did they play? Did they play in a bowl game last year?
That had to be. Do you want to look that up? You want me to look that up?
Yeah. In 1 second. That is. So they running it back in a bowl game here?
2022.
They played on January 1st, 2022.
Oh, what bowl game was that?
The Citrus Bowl. So they are running it back with a bowl game.
Interesting. Okay. So yeah, Kentucky won the Citrus Bowl last year. I forgot
That
about
shows how
that.
much I paid attention.
5 national. Did I say this already? 5 national titles for Iowa, 1 for Kentucky. Iowa is 17, 16, and 1 in bowl games. Kentucky is 12 and 9. Is Will Levis playing? That doesn't matter, but is he playing?
I was trying to look into that right now.
Iowa has a Heisman winner, by the way. Do you want to guess who it is?
Iowa's a Heisman winner?
Yeah.
That's got to be old. Old.
Are you going to guess?
No, because I got no idea. It's old.
It is old. Niall Kinnick.
1947?
He won the 1939 Heisman.
Ah.
Oh, man, he died in the war.
How could I forget about that guy?
I think he died in the war. He died June 2nd, 1943. Was an American naval aviator. So, yeah, he definitely died in the war.
Huh.
Yeah. He died during a training flight while serving as a United States Navy aviator in World War II.
All right, well, Will Levis is not playing. We got there. Who Kentucky's backup is, I couldn't tell
Probably
ya.
better than Will Levis.
Yeah, and they're still talking about him as the
I don't know why. I don't see it.
second potential quarterback off the board.
I don't see it. This year's quarterback class makes me so glad the Steelers got Pickett last year.
Yeah, I don't really like
because if you didn't get Pickett last year, you're going to be waiting a while for a quarterback.
Here we go. A little fun fact for you. Looks like the starting quarterback for Kentucky is going to be a guy by the name of Deuce Hogan.
That's a name.
He is a transfer into Kentucky. Guess from where he came from?
Iowa.
Correct.
Nice. I love it.
Kentucky. That's my pick. That's all I needed. Also, Kentucky, big-time Youngstown roots there. Stoops. Their line coach, can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Over-under's 31.
Also, it's just good. Wow. It'll just annoy Jim. So, Kentucky.
You're right.
Kentucky's my play.
I hate this game.
Iowa will not score. They just don't.
No. I got to go with you with Kentucky.
Is this this has to be one of the lowest over-unders ever.
Right. In a bowl game?
It might be the lowest ever.
No, it's not.
What's the lowest? Do we know?
Me and
I remember Ryan discussed it, but I don't remember it being 31.
It was, what was it? It was 30 and a half, I think. It was Buffalo, Bills. Well, this is NFL, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about college. This actually is the lowest over-under ever in a college football game.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a bowl game.
It is. Kentucky's my play here. 2.5. I mean, if the over-under's that low, I might as well just take the dog.
Right. All right. We are going to skip the playoff games for now. We're going to come back to them. So we're skipping all the way to the ReliaQuest Bowl. Mississippi State, Illinois.
I mean, you got to take Mississippi State here.
You got to take Mississippi State here.
I don't even know if I care to bring it up.
Right.
Kind of got to take Mississippi State here.
These two teams have had two previous matchups that each have a win. So this is the tiebreaker this time. Last meeting in 1980. Mississippi State, no national titles. Illinois has 5. Mississippi State in bowl games, 14 and 11.
Fuck did Illinois get 5?
Who knows? Illinois is 8 and 11 in bowl games. This game, it doesn't have to be discussed. Mississippi State's winning.
Yeah, you're taking Mississippi State here, especially at -1.
A legend in the game.
You know what also might be in play is the over here. They might just put up points for funsies.
46. I think yeah. I mean,
I think the over's in play here. But yeah, Mississippi State. You can't bet against Mississippi State here, or else you just don't have a heart.
This is like, you know how they talk about like, oh, you got to bet on so and so because their significant other died or their dad died. This is the ultimate one of those games.
Yeah.
Their coach died. And he's one of the greatest coaches to ever coach college football. Like Mike Leach is the epitome of college football.
Yeah, it's Mississippi State all the way.
Yeah, Mississippi State. There's no question.
We didn't need to dive real deep into that one.
Going to the Cotton Bowl, we got LSU versus Purdue.
Ooh, that's an ugly one.
Very. I think I like LSU.
I am with you there.
No previous matchups. LSU has 4 national titles to Purdue's 0. LSU in bowl games 28, 24-1. Purdue is 11-9.
Hoo-wee.
Oh.
I mean, this
That's
even just spread. Look. Yeah, you even look at this. You think about Purdue's lost their head coach.
Yeah.
There's nothing going in Purdue's favor here. LSU is very, very talented, and they're very close to being back to being an elite program.
I would love for that to come down to 13.5 though instead of 14.5.
Yeah, 14.5's I don't want to touch it at 14.5. I don't know if it moves in our favor here, so it's probably a no play.
Right.
But I don't see.
I like over 56.
Who the hell's going to call the plays for Purdue? Who's going to coach them?
It's great question.
They lost their head coach and their offensive coordinator.
I like LSU. I like the over.
Yeah, I like LSU here. I don't like it at 14.5, but if gun to my head, I'd take 14.5 over the other side. I don't really have much to add other than Brom's gone, and Purdue's just not a good football team. Purdue is a very bad football team. They got to figure out the Big Ten. They got to realign.
Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, they do.
On no planet should Purdue be playing in a Big Ten championship game ever.
No.
And I know it changes when USC comes, but you got to give USC's just going to run through everybody over there.
Speaking of USC, next game is the Citrus Bowl.
Citrus Bowl. I'm just going to go ahead and.
We got Tulane versus USC. USC has 2 wins to Tulane's 1 in this series. Do we want to guess?
How the fuck did Tulane get into this game?
Dude, Tulane's.
I know.
Did they win the? Did they win the American? Is that how they got into this game?
I mean, probably. All they do is cover.
Right. So, want to guess the last time these two played?
Probably 07.
Nope. USC won the last meeting in 1946.
I was kind of thinking that there was a chance they had played recently. Why is this spread so tight?
Let me see it. I didn't see it yet. Oh. Because they knew Tulane covers. That's why.
Tulane does cover.
I assume Caleb Wilson's coming back.
Caleb Wilson will be coming back.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if what's his name? The wide receiver that used to go to Pitt.
Jordan Addison.
Doesn't matter if he plays. He's their 3rd best wide receiver. Which I think was a plan between him and Kenny Pickett. Jordan Addison is going to be our 2nd round pick for the Steelers.
I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad either. It was their plan. They did this on purpose. But anyway, Tulane has no national titles. USC has 11. They're ranked 2nd amongst in total national titles. Tulane is 6-8 in bowl games. USC is 34-19. I know Tulane covers, but
Tulane covers.
But
I did disrespect Tulane a little bit. They are 14th in the nation. They're not the 14th best team in the nation. I mean, they lost to UCF.
They're ranked 16th.
Well, depends on what you look at.
Yeah, but anyway.
You know what? I think I just kind of like the over here. That
Over
spread
looks
scares me
great.
away.
Over looks great.
That
Over
spread really
62.5.
that spread scares the death out of me. Because I looked at just off the top of my head, thought this was at least a touchdown game.
No, Tulane's better than that.
I thought this would be a touchdown game,
But I also think USC covers pretty easily.
which is also what Vegas is betting on, is that people like me look at that and go, what the hell are you talking about? USC all day.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm just going to stay away, take the over here. Both teams do put up points. Caleb Williams, I believe, is playing. I don't think you would opt out when you're coming
Doesn't
back
make
next
sense.
year.
Yeah, he's coming back, so why would you opt out?
I'm
Unless he's hurt. Is he hurt still? I doubt it.
Is he going to write fuck Tulane on his fingernails?
Too long. Too long.
What a pansy.
All right, let's move on to my favorite bowl game of the bowl season. I always love watching the Rose Bowl. We got Penn State versus Utah. Something about the Rose Bowl. I love it. I would love to go to the Rose Bowl at some point. But anyway, no previous matchup between these two teams. Penn State has 2 national titles. Utah has 0. Bowl game records. Penn State is 30-17-2. Utah 17-7. They have the best bowl record by percentage in the nation. Or they're at least tied for it.
And I got it pulled up here. We got Utah -2.5.
Penn State only has 1 Heisman winner.
Kelly Smith?
Penn State.
Let me just look it up here.
looking it
John
up.
Capoletti.
John Capoletti. Who the hell is that?
I don't know. 1973.
Interesting. All right.
I want to see if I just made up that Achilles Smith went to Penn State. I have no idea. No, he went to Oregon. That was stupid of me. Who is that running back that I don't know? Screw it. Forget it. Bad, just all bad.
Right. Anyway,
bad podcast.
Penn State plus 2.5. Utah minus 2.5, obviously. Over under is 52.5. What's going on with the Penn State situation? Who's opting out? Who's staying? Is Joey Porter Jr. playing?
I don't know, and I'm trying to find out if Sean Clifford is playing. I guess I
don't see why Sean Clifford wouldn't play.
I don't know if it's more that Sean Clifford wouldn't play or that Penn State just said Sean Clifford go away.
No, they're going to let him have his roses. Pun intended.
I would not. So, yeah, Sean Clifford is playing. I would let Drew Aller play, but whatever. I like Utah here. Cam Rising. I mean, I don't like Utah. I think they're not that good of a team. They're tough.
Cam Rising, you have Kincaid. His name's Kincaid, right? The tight end?
I think so, yeah.
Their offense is just, yeah. I don't know if it's Dalton Kincaid, but.
Yeah, Dalton. Look at that brain.
Yeah, Utah is just a great team. I watched them earlier in the season. They pulled out a gritty win against USC, and then they beat USC in the Pac-12 championship. It's hard to bet against Utah.
It is, but the other part about it is Utah tends to really make you money in spots where they're playing a team that doesn't like to play physical football. Penn State will play some physical football. So it might be a spot that Penn State could win. Utah tends to beat up on the USCs of the world or the Oregons. I just find it hard to bet against them here. I don't think Penn State's very good. I think they got a good enough defense, but if Joey Porter Jr. doesn't play, which I'd assume he's not, I could have looked it up. I just didn't.
I want to look something up, though. Rose Bowl game over.
Yeah. Joey Porter Jr. is not playing.
Yeah, Utah all the way.
Utah. It's hard to bet against Utah here. I just don't like Penn State this year.
I feel like here we go.
These two teams are pretty similar, though.
feel you got to take the over in this game too, because in previous Rose Bowl matchups, it seems like the over has hit a lot, or at least there's been a lot of points scored. It's not giving me an exact over/under record, but in recent history, like last year, you had Ohio State and Utah. It was 48-45. I think the over/under in that game was like 50 something.
Yeah, that one hit.
Then you had Alabama Notre Dame in 2021. It was 31-14. You could say that maybe that didn't hit. Don't know what that was, what the thing was for that though. Then Oregon, Wisconsin, 28-27. Ohio State, Washington, 28-23. Georgia, Oklahoma, 54-48. USC and Penn State, 52-49. So people score a lot in the Rose Bowl.
Sam Darnold game.
Yeah. Right. So.
No, I don't mind the over here.
I feel like the over hits a lot in the Rose Bowl.
I don't think it's a bad bet at all. I think I like Utah in this one.
I like Utah in the over.
Mainly just because I don't like Penn State this year. I don't think they're good at all.
I hate Penn State this year. They're terrible. I'll say it for you.
I put it in nicer words, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I said what you were thinking.
Yeah, they're not good.
But let's move on to the college football playoff games. So first up, we have what we actually want to talk about. We have TCU versus Michigan. Excuse me.
Let's just do it. Let's see here. Pull the game up and bingo bongo bango.
No previous matchups. TCU has 2 national titles. Michigan has 11. Bowl records. TCU is 17-16-1. Michigan is 21-28.
We got the spread of 7.5.
Yep, and I love TCU plus 7.5. I also love TCU to win this game.
I don't at all. I think Michigan runs. I think Michigan's going to run down their throat.
I think this is going to be a surprise to everybody, but in reality, John Harbaugh, he's due for his meltdown of the season.
He hasn't had one in like 2 years. Once they grew up and started playing some grown man football.
He's due for a meltdown. What's his name? Blake Corum. Is he playing?
I was going to look at that. I would assume he is.
Don't matter. I think TCU is a grittier team. They're gonna make the plays that nobody wants to make. Especially Max Duggan. Max Duggan might die on the field, and then they're gonna figure out who's gonna be quarterback in the national championship.
Did you say Max Duggan's gonna die on the field?
Yes. He almost died on the field against KSU.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude had heart surgery and came back.
I think we're both just really stupid because Blake Corum had surgery and he's out.
Oh, so he's not playing?
Yeah, he's not playing.
Even more reason to take TCU.
I should have known that. I just feel like Michigan's going to lean on them so much that it's probably going to be tight in the first half. I just think Michigan at some point is going to lean on them so much, and then Big Uglies are just going to wear them down. I mean, Kansas State ran all over them. Here's now where I think we could see that TCU upset is the fact that J.J. McCarthy is absolutely dog shit.
Right.
And Max Duggan is a good college quarterback. If it comes down to quarterback play, TCU will win the game.
Exactly.
If TCU can somehow control the run game and they make McCarthy throw the football, TCU will win the football game.
Well, that exactly. You have to win this. Literally, you have to win this game at the line of scrimmage. If you can slow down the run game, they don't have Blake Corum. But if you have a good running back, odds are you have a great offensive line. And their offensive line won the award for best offensive line I forget what it's called, but it's a giant trophy. Did you see that trophy?
No, I didn't.
It's literally as big as a dresser.
You know what? I'm starting to talk myself a little bit into TCU here.
No, don't do it. I don't want you on my side.
No, I'm starting to talk myself into it here.
Here's the other thing. Big 12 was the most exciting conference of the season. TCU survived the Big 12 and what it was and how competitive it was. The Big 10 wasn't very competitive. You had Ohio State and Michigan at the top the whole time. That's it. Penn State stunk. Michigan State was god-awful. You had nobody to compete with. Michigan's finally getting some competition other than Ohio State.
Here's the other part that I'm thinking.
I also don't think, like, if you want to think that things are rigged, I don't think that they want a Michigan-Ohio State national title. Not saying I think Ohio State's going to win against Georgia, but these are just thoughts in my head. But I also think that they want an entertaining national title, and I don't think Michigan UGA is entertaining.
Oh, Georgia will. I said that Michigan plays grown man football. Georgia.
I think TCU puts up a better fight than Michigan against Georgia.
I don't know that anybody does.
It'll be a better game, I think.
Now, here's where I start to lean TCU here, is that Michigan hasn't really gone against a mobile quarterback this year. And the few times they have been a little bit susceptible to the quarterback run. The Big Ten just doesn't have dudes that run the ball at the quarterback position anymore.
No.
Sean Clifford kind of ran on him a little bit, but Michigan just ran the ball down their throat, and it is what it is.
Right.
Max Duggan will run the ball. And a quarterback run might be the difference, also his ability to actually throw a football. You know what? I'm going to take TCU here.
Thank you for seeing it the way I see it.
The other part is the spread movement here, where it's moving down towards TCU. I don't know that TCU wins the game, but 7.5 is a big number.
You can't not take 7.5.
7.5 is a big number.
You can't not take 7.5. I think I'm also going to throw some money on the money line when this comes around.
Why not?
Yeah, why not us? Why not TCU? Why not the Hypnotoads?
You've been on it all year.
I've been on them all year. I love them. I love the Hypnotoads. But all right, now we're moving on to the other big game of college football season. We have Ohio State versus Georgia. This one, I believe, is the Peach Bowl. Yeah, last one was Fiesta. This one's Peach Bowl. So, Georgia has the only win.
Crazy to me.
Yeah, me too. Georgia has the only win that came in 1993. It was a 21-14 victory. Ohio State has 8 national titles. Georgia has 3. Bowl game records. Ohio State's 26-27, while Georgia is 35-21-3.
I'm taking Ohio State. I have to.
Boo.
I'm a Buckeye fan. I have to. I don't see how they can stop Georgia.
Stroud is not good enough to beat this Georgia.
I don't think he is either. Ohio State doesn't really have a running back. Maya Williams is supposedly healthy. Jackson Smith and Jigba's not playing. Couple guys left in the transfer portal. I don't know how Ohio State. I think they definitely have the horses to play with Georgia, but at the line of scrimmage, Georgia's just meaner, nastier, bigger, stronger.
If you're not hammering Georgia minus 6.5, you just don't like money.
I can't do it.
You're letting your heart get into it, and that
I don't care. I don't care. That. I won't bet this game because I'm not stupid. Actually, I probably will bet this game because I am stupid. It's going to depend if I have any money left in my offshore booking account at that point. But
Well, what it sounds like is no matter what, we have TCU in the national title.
not so fast, my friend.
Oh.
I have them plus 7.5. I don't know that they win the game. But I'm taking Ohio State here. They do have the talent to play with Georgia. They've got all the dudes. I just don't know that I don't know that they have the quarterback that's the dude.
Right. They don't.
He's got all the fancy awards. He can throw it as well as anybody can. But when it comes down to it, I don't know if he's the dude. He's not a guy that's going to let his nuts hang.
Nope. He doesn't have the confidence yet.
I don't know that he ever will. I think he's soft.
Yeah, I like Georgia too much. Their defense is dominant. Their offense, they know how to move the ball. It's fascinating how quickly they can move the ball.
And their quarterback's terrible, but it's the exact opposite of what you deal with Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Stetson Bennett, he's got it. Now, he won't play in the NFL because he's not good enough for that. But the guy can lead dudes and get people to believe in him. Nobody believes in C.J. Stroud. If you're in that huddle, you can't tell me any of those guys believe in him. That he's going to go get the job done when you need him to.
Right. All right. We done talking about this game?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's end this with our predictions. Who do you think will be in the national championship? We already know I think TCU and Georgia are going to be in.
Ohio State, Michigan.
You think Ohio State, Michigan?
I want to run it back. That's my heart. I want to run it back.
Right. You want to run it back. It'll be big for the rivalry. Put the rivalry on the biggest stage possible.
My actual prediction will be Georgia and Michigan.
Okay.
Which will be the most boring national championship game.
It would be, because Georgia's going to run all over them.
At least TCU makes it a little interesting.
TCU would make it interesting. I think TCU Georgia is going to be the most entertaining that we can get out of this whole
Ohio
thing.
State, Michigan, and a natty.
But I don't see it happening whatsoever. But if it does happen, it makes sense because that's what all the TV networks want. That's what ESPN wants to happen. They want to say that we had Ohio State, Michigan on the national title on our network. So if it's scripted, that's it.
I really wish they would have put Ohio State 3 in Michigan 2.
They were never going to do that.
I really wish they would.
They were never going to let that happen.
They should have. You would have had the most views in history of a college football playoff.
Right, but I think there's also, like I said, the TV script of, we're going to have the biggest rivalry in college football in the national championship game. So if you believe in that shit, if you believe in the media controls everything in the world agenda, then you're going to have an Ohio State, Michigan national title. I
think the most likely is going to be Georgia and Michigan.
I think obviously, the most likely is Georgia and TCU.
I wouldn't be shocked if TCU does upset them, but a lot of things will have to go in their favor in this one.
Right. But all right, that's the last episode of our College Football Bowl Season Extravaganza Palooza Festival. It's been fun. It's been real, but it hasn't been real fun because we haven't watched a lot of these games. At least I haven't. I've talked about them. I've looked into them.
Hey, we're at the point where now it's time to tune in.
Now, yeah, these last two episodes were...
It's not background noise anymore.
No. It ain't the preseason. This is where the big dogs eat.
Guess what, baby? We are, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, this is pre-recorded. We are 5 days away from gambling going live in Ohio.
Right. By the time this comes out, it'll only be 2 days.
So, are we going to be doing a Sunday show this week? On New Year's Day?
Probably. So you can go bankrupt, yeah. Live on the internet.
Oh, I've already signed up for all the free money.
I love it.
Give me all the free money, baby.
Oh, I love it. All right. Thanks for joining us. We will have a special episode for the college football playoff national championship. Don't know when we're going to do that. That's up to you, Tyler, if you want to do it the Sunday before or if you want to.
We might as well just do it the day of. It'll be on a
Well,
Monday.
day of's my birthday.
That's
So
tough.
I might go to the sports book and
We'll
watch
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll put an announcement out so you'll be informed. But thanks for watching. Thanks for coming on this journey with us. This is a new thing for us to do the pre-recorded series of episodes. I enjoyed it. I think Tyler enjoyed it. I can't always tell.
It was fine.
It was fine. But
at least they didn't have to see 0 viewers the whole time.
Right. He gets sad when nobody watches. So please watch this and watch our live streams when they come out.
Yeah, you'll get to hear that Achilles Smith went to Penn State.
Right.
Where do you get information like that?
Nowhere. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys.
Peace out, Scouts.
There we go.